Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mental Hub, where, we talk about stuff. Well, no, I talk about stuff, and you guys listen because, why not? Why not? So talking about my week, I've had, normal week stuff, therapy, hanging out with friends, watching TV, tons of movies, and I have been spending a lot of time on, Instagram because that's all I really have to do with my life. And I have been getting attacked in a way, sort of, on Instagram because I saw a post of a guy who was just, living his life, having fun, being himself, and he had a missing tooth, like one of his front teeth were missing, and like the caption was like, when like the crazy girl meets like the sit down girl or sit down guy. I'm messing up my speech. I don't know English, okay? But his caption was, I'm waiting for the I'm sat comments. And so I went through all the comments and everyone was judging him for the fact that he was missing a tooth. Which, like, even I'm missing a tooth. Like, it's not an unknown thing that people can be missing teeth. So everyone was just like judging him, and I was just, being my nice little self, and I said, I'm sat, and also the only person not judging you apparently. And actually, I'll pull out my phone so I can read you the comments, because it is honestly kind of messed up how people can act and be in this world. Like, times have changed. People need to learn to stop being douchebags. But it kind of seems like they just can't help it. But that's okay. Okay. His video was, when Little Miss Don't Tell Me What to Do meets the sit down boy. And then his, caption was, I'm waiting for the I'm sat comments. So I went down there and I said, I'm sat and the only one not judging you, it seems. And then I got something that says, how are you, or wait, they removed their comment apparently. But it was like, how can you be gay and a pick-me, like pick a struggle? And so I said, why are you assuming I'm gay and that it would be a struggle? And they removed their other comment, but they were like, I can just tell. And I was like, well, you're incorrect. I'm into men because I am. I'm also into women. But, I can also be into men if I want to be. And then someone else was nice and said, I complimented his hat. You and me, glad we still got some kindness in our hearts. True, thank you. And then I said I was being nice and I'm getting called gay for it. And then someone else said, I'm glad you're being nice. Let them fuck themselves, love. Who's not able to give love, it's trying to doubt it. True, they are trying to doubt the fact that there is love in the world. And you can be a nice person. And then someone else said, how are you going to be trans and a pick-me, like pick a struggle? And they were referring to the fact that my main Instagram, I have she, they pronouns. So if you feel more comfortable calling me, they instead of her, perfectly fine with me. I mostly go by she, her, but you can call me they, them if you'd like. And so they said, y'all think that anyone using they, them is gay. And so I just said, I'm not trans. And then they were like, they replied to my thing about like, how are you going to assume I'm trans? And they just said she, they. Like, yeah. And I said, that doesn't make me trans. Stop assuming and mind your own damn business. And then some old ass man came in here saying some pretty homophobic shit. But he said, either you don't know that what trans means, or you just do it to... Honestly, I can't even read these words. I'm too stupid for this. Okay. Either you don't know what trans means, or you just do it to performatively identify as queer, as a queer minority. If you don't identify as trans, you're appropriating being non-binary. Excuse me, sir. Someone can be non-binary. It's perfectly fine. We can, be whatever the fuck we want to be. Leave us alone about it. And someone else said, I once read something that said, ask a she, they, or he, they if they identify as trans, and you'll know whether they're full of shit depending on their answer. It's true people appropriate these things these types of things without knowing what they truly mean? No. No. Because I have it up, because if you want to call me if you want to call me they, them, go ahead. If you want to call me she, her, go ahead. If you want to call me it, go ahead. Like, I'm not really upset about this. I was having a lot of fun just like reading all this shit that was happening. But then I said, I'm not non-binary either. Sometimes people feel more comfortable calling me they, but I go by she. I identify as a woman. I was born a woman. That's that. Because it's the truth, It's what it is. And I replied to the other guy, and I was like, I'm a woman, born a woman, not trans, not non-binary. I'm a woman. And that was pretty much it. They were quiet ever since then. But I just found it so funny, the fact that they think that they can judge me for living my life. Like, take a good hard look at yourself first and then figure out if you can judge me or not. Perfectly fine with me if you want to judge me. Just do it silently. Would make me feel a little bit more better. But if you want to judge me out loud, go ahead. I mean, it's happened to me more times than you can even imagine. So I really wouldn't care at all. Like, seriously. Do what you want. Like, I'm not going to try and control you. But I mean, if you're going to judge someone, I'm not really the right person to pick. I have a lot of things about myself that you can judge, but I'm not going to care. I'm not going to give you the time of day. Like, I only commented back because it was funny and I was bored. I do that to most people who try and judge me. If I'm bored in the moment, I'll, stick up for myself and see what else the fuck you have to say. But really, you can't really affect me. Remy, I'm recording. Please. She's a little angry. She fell in my tea earlier yesterday, I think, last night. I was in a stream on Twitch, and she fell in my tea. It was cold tea. It wasn't hot. It was cold. But she did fall in it. So I took her into the shower and I rinsed her off a little bit. She's fine. She's okay. I still drank the tea, which everyone was so judgmental about, except for one girl. So for that one girl, if you're watching this, I appreciate you so much. But everyone else was like, that's disgusting. Why would you drink that? First of all, my rat is clean. She's clean. I know where she is and what she's doing at all times of the day. She's clean. I know what she eats. I know what's in her spit. I know that she's clean. She's cleaner than most of y'all, okay? She's clean. But I do have more tea. It's not the same tea, but I do have more tea, so I'm gonna sip a little bit of this. It's really good. I like tea. I've been drinking a lot of tea recently, actually. I used to not be a tea person, at all. I used to absolutely hate it. But my mom brought home this, Crimson Kiss tea that has, I think orange peel, stevia leaf, ginger, and 2 other things. But I can't remember what they are. But it's so good. It's really fucking good. And it tastes fruity, but there's, not really any fruit in it. There's orange peel, but that's more citrusy than fruity, if you ask me. But I don't know, it tastes like berries. But I've been experimenting and adding other things to it. So I add honey, I add lemon juice. Okay, my PS4 decided to interrupt. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear that, but it did. That was very rude. But I add honey, I add 1 packet of Splenda, because, I like my shit sweet. Okay. And then I add lemon juice. I don't know if I already said that. Did I say that? No. I said, okay, no. Those 3 things. And then I started doing this last night where, my mom brought home these, packets of, water flavoring that, help you with, rehydrating yourself. Because, I'm very dehydrated even though I drink more water than anything else. But somehow I'm still dehydrated, so that's fun. So I add, a little sprinkle of that in there because I don't want it to affect the taste too much. So I add it in there, and then, I drink it. And then I brew it hot, and then I, like, put the tea in a coffee filter, and then I, like, use a hair tie to keep it on the cup, and then I brew it in there, and then I, like, soak it in there for a while, and then I take it out, and then I put ice in it, and then I make an iced tea. It's quite a grueling process, but I've gotten pretty quick at it, and it's really good. So, I'm not gonna stop doing it because it's good and it keeps me hydrated and healthy. So it's all that matters. Okay, all that matters is that I'm being healthy, and I am. I'm being healthy, and I'm proud of myself for it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. But yeah. And this week I've been reading a lot of stuff about, like, just so much stupid shit that's been happening. And apparently, Drake Bell ran away, and he was just found safe. I didn't read about anything. I just saw it, and I was like, okay, that's weird. I don't really care about it, but it's weird. But, like, why did he run away? Like, I'm gonna do research after this episode. I'm gonna do research after I'm done recording, because I'm kind of interested in knowing why. Like, I know, I think her name is Amanda Bynes. She just got back out of the mental hospital, which, kudos for her getting the help she needs, at least. I personally know how bad it is in a mental hospital, so, good for her. But, yeah. And I mean, Kanye also ran away. So, like, why is everyone running away? Like, where are they gonna go? Where are they planning on going? I don't really understand. I mean, do they just go down the street? Like, I'm confused on where they go. But I don't know. It's some weird shit that's been happening, and it's just so much for my little tiny brain to comprehend, because I don't even have that much willpower in the first place to remember all this shit, but I'm somehow getting through. I'm doing it. Okay, I'm doing it. I don't know how, but I am doing it. Living life. I think I might be a psychopath, honestly, because for Easter, which, yes, I'm a Jew who celebrates Easter. Get over it. I celebrate Christmas too. But for Easter, I got, like, these little silicone bunnies. Like, they're just, like, little stretchy bunnies. And I hung them upside down and recreated the scene from Terrifier 1, where spoiler alert, if you're planning on watching, skip a little bit ahead. But I hung them upside down, and I sawed them from their little coochie cooch down to right between their eyes. So it's bad. And then I cut their arms off, and I have a blue one and I have a purple one. And I took the arms of the blue one and kind of connected them to the purple one. And I also did the Terrifier thing to the purple one as well. Because, why not? And then I used nail glue to glue them back together. This is what happens. This is what I do when I'm bored, y'all. Just so you know. I use nail glue to glue it back together. And then I glue one of the purple arms onto it, and then one of the blue arms onto it. But then I had 2 other arms, and I didn't feel like doing it to the blue one. So I just glued them to the middle of its chest. Yeah. I might be... There is something wrong with me. Worse than I thought. Okay. Worse. Which is kind of bad, because I thought pretty bad things. Yeah. I've got problems, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm still perfect the way I am, and I'm okay with being perfect and being a psychopath. But quick interruption, which I will be editing in this video, so I'm gonna pause it right here real quick. But quick interruption, and we'll get back right to the podcast. Hello, everyone. Just interrupting your little session here to ask that you please like and subscribe, because it helps me out a lot, and, well, we all know that I need quite a bit of help, but I'm working on it. But what would really help is if you like and subscribe, so please do that. Please. Okay, you can get back to your episode now. All right, welcome back. That interruption was quite cool, don't you think? I mean, I feel like you should definitely listen to that interruption right there. That little past me talking. You should go listen to her. She's got some good ideas. She's smart. Okay? She's real smart. Go listen. Please. Please. Thank you. You're so sweet. Look at you being nice. I'm so happy. So proud of you. Thank you. Back to one of the topics I was talking about in my last episode. Having a solo podcast is really difficult because I don't know what to talk about anymore. After I talk about the topics that I had on my mind already, I don't know what to talk about. So I guess, I don't know, I'll tell you about my future plans. Because, everyone should have future plans. Me and my best friend in the entire world, we're moving to New York when we turn 21. So that's fun. Because I don't want to be in Pennsylvania at all. So we're moving to New York and we're going to get a little apartment together. And I'm mostly aiming for Brooklyn because, it's just beautiful. But I'm really good with anywhere in New York. But Brooklyn is like the aim. Just the aim. Because I also have a lot of friends who live in Brooklyn. So, it would be easier on me. And because since I want to be a tattoo artist and a body piercer, I feel like Brooklyn's just a good place to do that. Because, Brooklyn is expensive. So if you do something that costs a lot of money and then you do it in a place that is really expensive, you'll be making bank. So, I can do that. And me and her are also planning on being bartenders together. Which, fun. Yeah. And then when we're 30, I really want to buy a bar and own a bar. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know if that's even going to work out, but it might. You never know. So that's my whole plan. And then we're just going to work from there, see how it goes. And we already made our little apartment rules. So we're already a little in motion, which is super exciting. So yeah, that's my future. It's super fun. Oh, another fun thing that happened this week is I fed my snake for the first time in 4 months. I know, I'm a bad snake mom. I get it. But honestly, he's so boring that I forget he's there. And before anyone asks, yes, I have a pet snake and I have a pet rat. I got them both at the exact same time because I went to a reptile convention with my parents because I was planning on just getting a snake. And then we bought the snake and they were like, oh yeah, you have to feed him live. And we're like, okay, I may not seem like it, but I can handle killing animals and watching it. I can't kill an animal myself. Don't take that the wrong way. But I can let an animal run its course and eat another animal. I'm okay with that. It happens. Unless it was that one time my dog tried to eat a little baby bunny. I saved it, and I named it Thumper, and it was adorable. But then I tried to give him a bath, and then something went wrong, I guess, and he had a stroke and died. Really, really terrible. I cried, okay? I was on the phone with my then girlfriend at the time, and I cried, okay? Literal tears. I even cried when my hermit crabs died. It was bad. But, yeah, so we went over to a little area where you can get live rats, and we bought one. And then I was thinking, because I kept trying to feed Remy to Sully, my snake, but he wouldn't eat her. So I was thinking, oh my god, if they're doing a whole convention, they have to travel, so they probably fed the snakes before they left. So, snakes only have to eat once a month. He's probably not hungry. So then I was like, well, shit, what am I gonna do now? And my friend Allie was over, and she said, yeah, you have to keep the rat. I'm not gonna let you kill this rat. You have to keep her. And at that time, I wasn't really, in love with her yet. I wasn't oh, she's so cute. I want to keep her so bad. I wasn't like that yet. I was like, no, she's food. Um, but then I looked in her beady little black eyes and I was like, oh, well, she is kind of cute. So I kept her. And then my dad found a cage on Facebook Marketplace. And now we have a big cage for her. And she does not have any siblings because, let me explain, we got her a sister, but they did not get along at all. Her sister's name was Mercy. She was a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. She was a bitch. Okay, she stole food from Remy. I mean, she was horrible. She was rude. So I let her go in the woods with a friend that I used to be friends with. You know, fun times. So my throat hurts right now. I don't know why. So I'm drinking more tea. Yeah. That's good. So yeah, we let her go in the woods. And then I was like, I feel like we should try one more time. So we got like a younger rat so that I could probably try and raise it to be nicer. It didn't work, okay? Didn't work out. Remy absolutely hated her. Absolutely hated her. So I just decided that Remy was just better off alone. She did not get along with any rats that I tried to pair her with. So she's just a loner. And honestly, she is better off. Because, like, when she has sisters, she doesn't eat anything. She got skinny. Really, like, unhealthy skinny. So that worried me a lot. But then, she's better now. She's eating. She's excited. She's hyper. She's not depressed at all. Which they always say, like, your rat's alone, they're gonna get depressed. She's not depressed. I promise. She's okay. But she's just better off alone. So I have her alone. It's working out so far. I have the fucking hiccups, bro. What the heck? Oh, maybe not. Wait. Oh, it might have just been me burping. Which, fun fact about me, most of the time I silently burp. It's just like a little air bubble that comes out. It just pops like in the middle of my throat. And then I just like breathe out really heavily. That's me burping. Fun times. And this might be a little TMI for other people, but I don't care. You can judge me if you want. But it's like the same thing with farts for me. Like they just like pop halfway through coming out. And then like the air just goes back up or just like slides out. Like it doesn't make a noise unless I like push really hard and try and make a noise. Other than that, I am a silent but deadly girl. Okay, it's bad. Well, I mean, no, it's not really deadly. Even I can't smell it. Other people can't smell it. Like, most of the time, we just don't know that it happened. Even sometimes I don't even know that it happens. Like, that's usually the times that I can smell it, is if I don't know that it happened, and then I just randomly smell something a little weird. I'm like, oh, I probably just farted. That's okay. Like, does that happen to anyone else, or is it just me? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. But, that's okay. It's fine. Perfectly fine. I don't know. Thinking of things to talk about on a podcast is weird. So, if you guys want to send stuff in for me to talk about, please fucking do. Please. I'm going crazy trying to think of something right now. It's really, really difficult, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I'm slowly but surely making my way. Let's see. What do I have to talk about? My 18th birthday is coming up. I'm turning 18 years old. I'm going to be a legal adult. Still going to be a teenager because I'm 18, but technically I'm going to be old enough to vote, so I'm going to be able to vote. Yay. Don't let Donald Trump back in here. I will personally not let that happen. Which, if that girl from Stream from earlier is in here, and you remember vote Remy for president, that's happening. It's happening. Vote Remy for president, everyone. I don't know what year because I don't pay attention to that stuff, but vote Remy for president. Please. She could be on the $1,000 bill. I talked about it earlier on the stream. I think it could happen. I think it really could happen. I think it could be a fun little thing that we could do. I'm going to make posters. I'm going to make buttons. I'm going to make stickers. I'm going to make everything. And I will make this happen. You hear that, Remy? You're going to be president. You're going to be the first female president ever. She seems excited. So yeah, that's happening. Which for anyone who doesn't know, my birthday is on May 27th. So if you guys ever want to wish me a happy birthday, now you know my birthday. I don't really care about that being on the internet, which a lot of people are like, don't tell your birthday on the internet. You can look it up. You can find my birthday easily. You find my Facebook. You can do that. My birthday's on there. So is the city I live in. And probably my exact address somewhere. I mean, you can find it all. It's not that hard. I promise. You really can do it. But, I don't really care about all that being on there. I'm not going to say my exact address. Ever. But I will give out little details about myself because it's just, just something I don't really care about doing. I've done way worse on the internet than tell my birthday. So, I don't really mind. But yeah. So that's a lot of fun stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything fun coming up that I can talk about. But so far there's nothing. Cause I'm not the kind of person who makes plans a week ahead. I'm a spur of the moment kind of girl. My friend Allie, she can call me 5 minutes. She can call me within 5 minutes and say, come over. I'll literally be at her house as soon as I can. That exact day. That's the kind of person I am. I will get there soon. I promise. The only reason I don't get there within 5 minutes is because my dad. He likes to fuck with me and take forever to leave. And so I'll go in there and I'll say, hey Dad, can you drive me to Allie's real quick? Keep in mind, it's a 5-minute drive from my house to her house. It's about a 40-minute walk, but I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm not an active lady. The only active thing is my sex life, which is depressingly inactive. So you know that I'm not active. And so he's like, yeah, of course, sure. Or he'll just say no. But he's usually nice and he says yes. And then he'll be like, just give me 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. I go back in there in 10 minutes. He's halfway through smoking a cigarette and playing a game. So he's like, after this game. And I'm like, okay. But then I'll argue with him a little bit. Can you just hurry up? He's like, yeah, okay. And so I give him 20 more minutes, go back in there, lit a new cigarette, playing a new round. He's just fucking with me. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But he's my dad. He gives me rides for free, so I don't really have a place to judge. He's being nice about it sometimes. But, he could be a little nicer about it. And I mean, I feel like if you're going to be a parent and you're going to be picking favorites between your kids, you should at least make the least favorite be a little happier with her life. Because my mom favors my twin brother, who is the youngest, and my dad favors my older brother. So I am the left out one. But honestly, I'm okay with it. And hold on, gotta cough real quick. Okay, sorry. I don't feel like editing that out, so it's gonna be in there. Sorry. But yeah, I'm the least favorite child. So, I could at least get rides. The common courtesy. My mom does not give rides. And I'm always talking. I used to talk to this one guy, and he was like, why don't you just ask your mom? And so I was like, you don't know my mom. It gets tired very easily. So once she is done with work, she gets home, she sits down, that's the end. You don't ask her for shit. Which, you know, felt, preach, I don't know, slay. She works hard. She's on her feet all day. She shouldn't have to give her kid a ride. But my dad, he can suck it up. He can deal with it. He can give me a ride because he decided to have kids. He decided to do all that. You gotta do it. He has to. He doesn't have a choice. My mom, she's a queen. She can sit down. She can relax for the rest of the day. She also works longer hours than my dad, I think. So, slay as well. So, my dad's got to make up for lost time. So, she also was a stay-at-home mom till me and my brother went into high school. So, my dad can suck it. Actually, I feel like that should be more of a reason for my mom to give me rides. Because my dad was working way more than her. I don't know. I'm not going to keep talking about my parents. We're going to move on. The end of this podcast is coming up soon because I literally have nothing else to talk about. Drinking more tea. This stuff is like addictive. I think there might be cocaine in this. It's just so fucking good. And like 5 minutes ago, I didn't like, well, not exactly 5 minutes ago. It's an exaggeration. But like literally the beginning of this year, I absolutely hated iced tea or like tea in general. But for some reason, I am so in love with this tea. Like, I choose to go through the grueling process of making this tea than just going to my sink and getting water. And I even have like, my fridge has like that water filter thing. So all I have to do is stand there for a few seconds, get some water, walk back to my room, lay down. But no, instead I stand there for 10 minutes and I make tea. Like, I don't know. It's just so good that I can't help it. I cannot help it. You know what? I'm going to put up a picture of the tea right here on the screen. So if you're, enjoying the blackness of my screen, you might want to cover your eyes if you're in the pitch dark, because there's going to be a picture of the tea right now. So, and if there's not a picture of the tea, then I can't edit it in, or I just forgot, and you're going to have to deal with it, or you just got a little jump scare and a heart attack. But if there is a picture of the tea, go buy it, because it's genuinely fucking good. And it's one of the best things I've ever drank, and it's delicious, okay? I promise. It's so good. I can't get over it. But I think that's going to conclude this episode. There will obviously be another episode in a couple of days because I'm, probably going to find more things to talk about and find something to do with my life and then talk about it with you guys. So, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week or, life. I don't know if you decide to stop listening or I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant and my not knowing what to talk about, which is probably going to happen in the next episode as well. So if you want to just stop watching at that point, feel free. You don't have to watch. But I mean, I ended up talking about something pretty fun, I think. For myself, at least. I don't really care about you. But like at the same time I do. I promise I care about you. I love all of you. But I don't care if you don't find this interesting. I don't care about most things. But yeah. So, listen to the interruption from earlier and like and subscribe, please. And that would really make my day, my week, my year, my life. Good night, everybody.